Ivana Ivusic, thank you so much for doing this. I know you're super busy. Let's start with the invitations to the Arnold this year. You've already done an emotional Facebook Live announcing you were invited to the Arnold, but just to recap, where were you when you got the invitations, and describe those moments?
All right. Well, when I first found out I was invited to the Arnold USA. I was actually at home taking a nap, and my phone kept going off, and I just kind of hear in the distance. I'm like, oh my gosh, who is it now? And I had a few messages, and I had one message in particular that said congrats, and I instantly messaged it back, and I was like, hey, I'm not sure what this is, but congrats on what? Well, I never heard back. And I'm like, okay, strange. But obviously my first impression was to check all social media. Hey, make sure the list hadn't been released, and nothing. So I finally went to my email and scrolling down, and sure enough, there it was. And it was the most amazing moment ever. I was like, I'm like, hey, the email's there. This has got to be it. I didn't even have any second thoughts. It was a truly amazing feeling. Obviously, by the video, I had never gone Facebook Live, and I decided if I did get invited, that was the first thing I was going to do. So it was amazing.
Yeah, and for fans who haven't seen that, you were crying on that video.
Yeah. I know. That was very, very emotional for me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a great way to expose myself on Facebook. Yeah.
You have so much to look forward to this year in 2017. You've already qualified for the Olympia. I remember you saying years ago you didn't think you could compete. How did you overcome those fears?
Honestly, the biggest reasons to why I used to say that was, I was, coming from a very small town, from a smaller city, and from my background, and I knew that there was a lot of opportunity for me, for anyone there is, but being surrounded by all those beautiful women, and everyone was so experienced, and I was just kind of thrown into this craziness and hoping for the best. And it was hard at the beginning, but I wouldn't take any of it back from not even a split second. Everything that happened in the last 3-4 years has truly been been meant to be in every aspect. So it's been beautiful, Chris.
What's it like seeing your body change so much over the years?
Oh, it's something very special. I think a lot of people underestimate it, especially people who haven't really experienced it in positive ways. It's amazing because you're like, wow, oh my gosh, finally, after so long, there it is. It really tests you to your limits. It really takes you to places I never imagined being in. And it's just made me who I am today. It's made me have a closer relationship with God, a closer relationship with my friends, with my family. It's just made me really realize, because it is my time. It is my peace time. And that's how I look at it. Maybe some others don't, but it's time where I'm alone. And it's really just, showed me that I am a lot stronger than I think. And even now. So it's been great.
What about suits for the stage this year? Have you picked anything out? Are you looking into anything new?
Yes, actually, CJ is making my new Arnold suit right now, which I will wear to the Arnold US and to Australia. And then that black suit that I wore to the Olympia this year, along with the Hurricane Pro, I'm absolutely in love with. It was different. It was unique. This time we're going with more brighter colors in the suit jewels, just to kind of bring out my dark features. I definitely can't pull off, a lot of the girls can pull off those just blues and more simple colors, and that's definitely not me. My body is like, no, you need more. So yeah, I'm very excited to you know how that always goes. You don't see it till the very last minute, so cross your fingers.
What about prep right now for the Arnold? A typical day for you right now from morning to night. What's that looking like?
Typical day, since I'm very fortunate enough to work for myself, I'm really on my own schedule, but just got myself a bike downstairs in the basement, so I literally roll out of bed, go right onto that bike, which has been good in the mornings. But typical day is really taking care of my clients before I get my whole day started. The mornings are chaos. And then in the afternoon, I have some things I take care of with family every day. But then I'm training. Training time's usually around 4:35. When I really do well with training, I've got to have at least 4 meals for training, and I'm very strict on that. That's one thing. Today was actually the first day in a very long time that I trained at a different hour, and that was because it was more of a relaxed day. But I really don't do that often.
What about people working with you behind the scenes, like a coach? Anyone you want to thank and give a shout out to?
Yes, right now I'm currently with Tracy Greenwood, and she does my diet and workouts. Workouts, honestly, I kind of switch on and off. I think after all this time, I know what I need to work on. But she's very good with the diets. And for this, the last 5 weeks, I actually did some John Meadows workouts, and I was very dedicated to them just to see how my body would react to some sort of different training. I will be very honest with you, Chris. The training I do, I feel like it's so much more simple than what everyone else is doing. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try things differently, see how my body reacts. And it was great. I'm very, very happy with this year.
Was that Tracy last year? Because last year you were so lean. It was incredible.
Yeah, I have been I was with Tracy last year and then this year. Yep. I know it's been a year already. Jeez.
Well, compete. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
I would say she's definitely, we get along great. Our personalities are just, yeah. So I really like her energy, very honest. I feel like we developed a relationship. I went and stayed with her for a few days, and we trained out in Pittsburgh, and that was amazing. Actually in Delaware, and that was great. So we've really built a good relationship, and I think that's so important. There's so many athletes who are afraid of their coaches, or there's so many coaches who are not getting paid from athletes as far as coaching or whatever it may be. And I think it's key to have a good relationship with your coach. So someone helping change your body. So that's what I got to say about that.
Someone else you have a good relationship with is your boyfriend, Brett. He proposed last year.
Yes.
How are the wedding plans going?
Oh gosh, man. I'm like, maybe one day I'll go a day without someone asking. And I did not imagine that being the question during the interview. But it's going great, Chris. It's going good. It's a lot of work. I'm enjoying it. And honestly, I have all of the help that I need around me. I just need to utilize it more. And, and he's getting a little impatient. He's like, well, we don't even have a date yet. Well, we don't have a date because you want to invite 300 guests, and I don't. I want to go far away somewhere and enjoy it. But it's been great. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe it. Now it's like, do I take your last name or do I keep my last name? It's a joke we've had for a little while there. I'm like, everyone knows me as Ivana Ivusic. That's it. There's not Ivana Wilkin. So, but he is wonderful. He is my support all the way. He believes in me more than I believe in myself. So I really appreciate that.
That's really cool. I'm very happy for you. How's the rest of your family doing? I know that they used to compete and that type of stuff.
Actually, my older brother right now is getting ready for a show. Marco, he just turned 30 not too long ago. But he's getting ready for another show. And we're looking forward to that. I think that's in the next 12 weeks. And then everybody's like, your fiance needs to do a show. And that's a pretty touchy subject for me. So, but we'll see what the next few months bring. But yeah, the family is so supportive. I have to tell you though, Chris, my dad is something special. He is my biggest fan. I mean, I can't even put it in. I tell people this, but it's like, I don't think people understand. He every day he's like, hey, you're going to be the champion. He's like, I believe in you. Like, he just, oh man, there's days where my dad don't call me today because I can't handle it. Because you make me emotional. You make me think way too much. But he'll ask me about my suit. He wants to know exactly how much I'm weighing, what I'm doing, what's my coach changed. And then he'll be like, let me see your glutes. Oh boy. let me see. I'm like, why? He's like, I hope they're not fat. Like, he always just jokes with me. I'm like, Dad, you can't joke like that. I get emotional about those things. But he's wonderful. Where my mom is very supportive as well, but she's like, oh, honey, you know, she's just being a mom. She's always worrying, but my dad is my rock, definitely.
That's awesome.
And I have to say, I can't forget about my twin brother. I have a very special twin brother. Him and I are two of the same people. It's scary. So, and he's got blue eyes and light hair color, and I just got stuck with his super dark hair. So, but yeah.
How about someone might be watching this video right now, they're thinking they wish they could have motivation like you to eat healthy, work out. What would you say to them if they're struggling with that?
You know, motivation, even every day when I'm just sitting there and doing my exercise and doing cardio, I'm like, gotta keep going. And sometimes I get a little bitter, and I don't understand people's excuses that they always have. And it's hard. You have to have motivation every day. But I always say the most important thing is having quiet time and peace to yourself, building a stronger you from the inside before the outside. Because if the inside's not getting strong, neither is the outside. And that's what I tell everybody, all my clients. Everyone's like, how do you do it? I do it, and I see the changes. You have, you know, the beginning is tough. It's so hard. But you have to have commitment to yourself. And, you know, like I said, my main thing is you've got to work on yourself from the inside out.
That's awesome. Good advice. Last question for you. How can potential clients looking for training get a hold of you?
Yes, very simple. My email is training@ivanaivusic.com. Always more than welcome to email me. I'm very good with responding back to anyone in direct messages or even Facebook messages. Sometimes it takes me a few days just to get back to everybody, but I'm very good at that. And that'd probably be the best way anyway. And even people leaving comments and stuff to get in contact with me, I'm very good with getting back. And I just hate that people are afraid to approach. I want people to be able to approach me at all times, and I'm always ready to listen and help anyone out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the first 5 seconds when we started chatting, I was a little bit nervous talking to you, but then I got over it. So I'm a big fan. So. Yeah.
I know, it's amazing. It's like you never know what someone thinks of you, and you know, maybe the way you're carrying yourself that day, and you know, and I hate that. It's like I feel like everyone should be able to approach anyone at any time and feel comfortable, and at least for me, that's what I want. And I always want everyone and anyone to approach me. Like fans, the Arnold last year were so amazing to me. That was my first Arnold experience working for Blackstone Labs, and people were so great to me, and I loved it, and I was very happy. So, yeah, you know, just approach me. Because people forget we're all human. No one is better than anyone, and a lot of people tend to forget that.
Kudos to you for being such a positive light. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I will let you go. I know you're super busy, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Chris, you're awesome. Thank you so much for this interview. Appreciate it.